Alright guys, today I'm showing you one of the strongest hybrid setups in where winds meet. The Thundercry blade and the Stormbreaker spear build. Massive burst, huge stagger, great tankiness, what more could you want? Today in this video we are going to go over my weapons, my mystic skills, my inner ways, and the proper rotation, and also some raid tips and more. So let's not waste any time and let's dive right into the weapons. Now we will be using, as I said before, the Thundercry blade and the Stormbreaker spear. Both of these weapons are absolutely amazing. The Thundercry blade is going to be our primary weapon. The Stormbreaker spear is much more of a secondary weapon that we will be using just to buff ourselves up. Now, as you can see, we work with a special fighting spirit meter. This is sort of a resource that we will be using to upgrade our abilities. The Thundercry blade has two varied charge attacks, one light, one heavy. The light is AoE focused, while the heavy is single target focused. Our martial skill is called the Predator's Shield. We will be using this in combination with the drumbeat ability from our spear to gain the perception skill instead and get ourselves the breakthrough buff, which increases the damage of our charge skills by 30% and removing the endurance cost while charging. This is absolutely incredible for pumping out huge crits. Now, our Sunrush Gale is an ability that sucks up all the enemies around us to us, allowing us to mow them all down like grass. It's amazing. I love it for farming. It's a great ability. Now let's take a look at the Stormbreaker spear. I'll be honest, we will not spend much time using the spear. This is basically just our enabler. Now the charge skill, as you can see, gives us the drumbeat on the final strike. You don't have to hit anyone with it, so that's amazing. The Storm Roar taunts the enemies around us and gives us a damage reduction effect and gives us fortitude during the skill. Now, as you can see, the Innerway Rock Solid also helps us with that. This special skill, the Thunder Shock, is another amazing ability which applies vulnerability to the enemies, increasing the damage and key damage they take by 10%. An absolute must-have to keep on the boss. Now let's go over how to get it. Thankfully, the Stormbreaker spear is something you get at level 3 automatically, and the Mow Blade is obtained via the skill theft as shown on the location in the map. Just go there and get it. Now let's go over the inner ways. I'll be showing you one for group content and one for solo content. Now what you see on the screen is the, let's say, default PvE tank build that you want to be running. The Trap Beast, Exquisite Scenery, Rock Solid, and the Art of Resistance. All of these inner ways just help us survive more, give us more survivability, more tankiness, more shields, and obviously the counter-attack from the defense on the Exquisite Scenery. As you can see right here, basically upon a successful defense, not deflect, be careful, this is important, you need to block an attack, you get a free tier 1 charged heavy attack without actually having to charge it, and it will also restore 1 bar of battle will. This is something that you will be using often, as in the grand scheme of things it's basically just free DPS. Now you're probably asking yourself, okay, but if I'm just tanking, how do I do damage? Well, this is the part for you. If you are playing on a campaign, doing any open world farming, or any solo content, I definitely recommend you to swap those inner ways out for the Morale Chant, the Battle Anthem, and the Adaptive Steel. This is the go-to DPS thing meter setup. You will do a lot of damage with this, but definitely, please, use this in solo content. Don't come into raids looking like this. Now let's go over how to obtain them. The Art of the Trapped Beast is obtainable by going into the Ghostlight Market through the Coffin Shop as shown on the screen. You will have to complete a last chapter here in the Ghostlight Market after it closes, and at the end of this quest you will receive it. Next we have the Morale Chant. This is also very simple. Come to the Blissful Retreat, spend 5,000 Jade, it's yours. Following up is the exquisite scenery. This is obtained after defeating this world boss right here. Next we have the battle anthem. This is at the end of clearing out the Buddha fort for the first time. Following that, we have the adaptive steel. This is a reward from collecting oddities in Qinghe. Very simple. 4th or 5th node, I believe. Yeah, right there, 5th node, you will get it. Following that up, we have the quest for the Art of Resistance. You will have to pick up a clue there in the inn, follow here, do a big quest. That's about that. Now the rock solid is even easier. Just do the main quest until you kill the Dao Lord. That's the reward. Now let's go over the mystic skills. I'm using the Guardian Palm, the Dragon's Breath, the Drunken Poet, and finally the Golden Body. There isn't much in terms of mystic skills that I can tell you, at least for PvE, because the rotation just does not have the space for us to cast any of them. It's a DPS loss, or you get stuck into an animation that you most likely don't want to be in. Now let's talk a little bit about PvP. With Serene Breeze, this is mandatory for any build. It interrupts the enemies when they are hitting you. Absolutely necessary to get out of some chain stuns, chain locks, chain combos that just finish you off. Some other abilities that I might recommend to you is Free Morph. This is a generally very good arena ability that everybody is running in the arena. If you meet, you probably saw it if you yourself play some PvP. And the other next two skills I would recommend for this specific build is the Leaping Toad and the Lion's Roar. This is also an amazing arena ability for stagger and just general damage. The poison from the Lion's Roar and explosion is also amazing, just very good to have. Some other options that we have are the Soaring Spin. This reduces the healing received by 60% over 5 seconds. Very good if you're running often into fan and umbrella healers. I've seen some in arenas, so potentially is an option. Wolf-like Frenzy, Yaksha Rush, Talon Strike, all of these abilities are generally very good for arena. And lastly, the Ghostly Steps, really good, but they have a high vitality cost, so oftentimes I don't get to use them. If you want to see how to get the Dragon's Breath, Free Morph, and Drunken Poet, go check out my other guide. Here I will be showing you how to get the Lion's Roar. You need to ring 4 different bells in the map of Qinghe to unlock it. And for the Leaping Toad ability, go to the General Shrine as shown on the map, and here you will need to do a skill theft from this toad guy. Now let's go over the gear and stat priority. We will be using the Rain Whisper and Moonflare set. We will be going for max HP, body, crit rate, physical attack, agility, and stone split attack. Obviously, the priority depends on if you're going more for a bruiser or for a tank, so take that into consideration if you are more going for a group setup or for a solo setup. That will change what you prioritize. Now let's go over our rotation. We pre-buff with Drunken Poet, go into our Q with our Spear, heavy charge attack to get the drum beat up, secondary skill to apply vulnerability, swap to the Mo Blade, get our Q up, Flame Breath, animation cancel it into a heavy charge attack with Variety, and then we're going to Flame Breath again while animation canceling it, and from there on we can swap back to the Spear and rinse and repeat. Now, I wanted to go over something very important, and that is raid tips and tank mentality in general. Because oftentimes people think I'm going to be tanky, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage. That is possibly the case, but realistically, that's not the mindset you should be having. When you are playing a tank in raids, your job is to hold aggro, position the boss properly, and make sure your DPSs and healers can do their job without the boss fucking them up every single time. Yeah? So if you are getting hit by some ability, get hit. Yeah? That's why you have shields, that's why you have damage resistance, that's why the healers are there. But for the love of God, don't run with the AoE damage effects on you into your group. You are there for that specific reason, to tank it, to take it. So keep that in mind when you will be going this build. Your job is not to do damage, your job is to tank. Now let's go over some arena tips. Honestly speaking, it is not my cup of tea in arena with this build. It's a very slow playing build. You have to be very tactically gifted to play it. It's a very slow gameplay. You're basically trying to take trades while your shield is up, with unblockables, with fortitude, trying to catch people with your sucking gale ability into some heavies. It's a very unique playstyle. I think it's really strong, but be aware it's very specific, and me personally, I found it challenging to play. And that's the full build, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. If this video helped you, drop a like for the algorithm and subscribe. I've got more builds coming and this channel is growing fast thanks to you guys. And remember, stay cultivating.